Okay, now I'll give you a short exercise for you to do in, let's say, all the keys, but I'm going to do, for time's sake, going to do for only about 3 or 4 keys. All right, now with both hands, this is the genuine way of positioning your fingers on the keyboard. It's like you are holding a ball. Imagine you holding a ball and try and position all the tips to be leveled, on the, or let me see, level them like this. Don't let some come out piercing or lower some. Make sure, or try as much as possible to at least not 100% level, but let's say 90 or 80% level. As you can see, my fingers are not level, but it should be like this. And this is how you are going to position them on the keyboard. And you know, before you became a musician, all these fingers are not independent. So sometimes if you want to move one, other one may try to follow. Yes. So in this case, you are going to try and make them independent. And this exercise should be done almost every morning. Yes, almost every morning when you wake up, so that you can be fast on the piano. All right, so I've positioned my fingers on key C. Key C. All right. Key C here. The camera is not capturing all the details I need. With the 5 fingers, you are going to play 5 notes. That is C, this little finger, and the thumb. This little finger and the thumb. Okay. So this goes together. The left is the little finger, the right is the thumb. The next one like this, third, fourth, fifth. So you try and sing them simultaneously at the same time. Don't let it be this. So this is the exercise. Okay. So that is 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So whilst you are starting this journey, at least you should play this thing twice a day, every morning and every evening. This will help you for your fingers to be independent. All right. Okay, so one other thing I will teach is the chord. Chord, that is CHORD, chord. We have this cable that is called the CORD. It's also mentioned chord, but this chord I'm talking about is a keyboard or music chord. CHORD. All right, so when we talk about chord, it's simply two or more notes played together or at the same time or simultaneously. Two or more notes. So if you play one thing, it's not a chord, it's just a note. But the moment you play something like this, no matter the discord it may sound, it's called a chord. If you play something like this, 2, 3, 4, even if somebody just does this thing, it's still a chord. Yes, it can be defined. If I'm to analyze it one after the other, it can be defined. So this is a chord, 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 anything, but you should be able to make meaning out of it. All right. Basically, the chord comes in 4 different groups. The main one is called a major chord. The second one is called minor chord. The third one is called augmented. The fourth one is called diminished. But we are going to center on the major and the minor. The augmented and the diminished will come in the later part of these lessons. All right, so the major chord. Major chord, you have a formula, but I'm not going to bore you with the formula. Let's go straight to the practical. Now we are going to use key C as our main example, or our main key. Now this is C, and I first played the members of C, that is the diatonic scale, if you want to play the chromatic. That is C members, chromatic scale I played. Now let me go to the diatonic. These are the members of key C. All right. Now, the major chord comprises of something we call triad. The triad is basically only 3 notes played together, and that is what I'm going to focus on. As I said, chord is 2 or more notes. We have the duet, that is 2 major notes. 2 major notes. But not to waste your time, let's go straight to the triad. That is 3 main notes. Okay. Now, playing a chord, or let me say a triad in key C, basically must include the root. Must include the root. That is the C itself, the third, and the fifth. That is the main major chord triad. Main major triad for this note here, or C, or the first note. Okay, so the triad can be simplified as this. The triad can be, let me adjust my camera small. The triad can be simplified as the root, the third, and the fifth. Okay, so the root, third, fifth goes like this. That is the triad. And if you want to use this same triad to play the diatonic scale, or the do, re, mi, fa, so up to do, this is how it's going to sound or be like. Let me repeat. So basically, I use the same intervals. I use the same measurement with my fingers without squeezing it, without enlarging it, to play this scale, this diatonic scale with this triad. So basically, on the chord, using the triad, this is chord 1, or the do chord, chord 2, the re chord, chord 3, the mi chord, chord 4, the fa chord, chord 5th, or let me say the 5th chord, the so chord, the 6th triad or chord, that is also the la, the 7th triad or 7th chord also gives us the T. Then the last one, do, that is the 1 or 8 chord, is the same thing. So we have the 1 triad, 2, 3, Let me repeat again. So chord 1, chord 2, chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, chord 6, chord 7, chord 8 or 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I hope I'm clear here. All right. So these are the chords, chord 1 up to 8, or triad 1 up to 8. Now this will let me introduce another topic called inversions. Inversion simply means the rearrangement of the note. So let me give you one reason why inversion is very important. Inversion is very important because Without inversion, we can't, because most of the songs we play, let me say basic progression you want to play to back a song as a beginner is chord 1, chord 4, chord 5. That is the major chord. A basic chord, or let me say basic major chord every beginner would love to learn is the chord 1, chord 4, and chord 5, which is chord 1, chord 4, chord 5. That is if the song is in the major mode. So chord 1, chord 4, chord 5, chord 1, chord 1, chord 4, chord 5, chord 1. Let me repeat again. 1, 4, 5, I hope this sound is ringing a bell in your ears. Yes. Every beginner loves to start with this. But it sounds sweet. You can sing a song that accompanies and you are good to go. But you saw me jumping from chord 1, chord 5, chord 1 to chord 4, then 5. Eventually, the 4 and 5 are closer, so I can spare you. But chord 1, chord 4, they are too much apart. So, in order not to stress yourself, this is one of the reasons why inversions were created. Okay, now inversion simply means rearrangement of the note. Okay, now see something here. You see, chord 1 has 1, 3, 5. So 1, 3, 5 can be rearranged by just removing this one here and replacing it with this last one. Basically, it's the same PC, but pitch difference. That is an octave higher. So instead of playing this, you can rearrange and bring in the first note or the root note to be the last note. Now this same arrangement can also be rearranged. That is by sending this note, the E note, and replacing it with the last E note here. So in key C, chord 1 or triad 1, we have 1. This is the same axis. So we have the root position, the first inversion. Now this is the name, first inversion. Then the second inversion. So basically every triad has the first inversion and second inversion, aside the root. If it were to be 4-note chord, that one too will have 3 inversions. If it's 5-note chord, it's going to have 4 inversions. So that is how it does. Okay. And if it's only 2 notes played together, it has only 1 inversion. So if it's this and this, the first and third, if you want to invert it, it will be first, the third will come first, and the last note will be very far. Okay. So now inversion helps us in simplifying or prevent us not to be moving too far from each other. Otherwise, you get stressed out. You can't be playing 1, 1, 1, 4, 5. Movement is too much. So now let's try and invert this 4. The inversion can be inverted forward or backwards. So now let me try and invert this F or let me say far note or far triad backwards. Okay, which I have to replace this C note with this C note. So we get this. So our root position of C was this, and now we inverted this and got this. So if you are to play to also invert this chord, the sole chord or the fifth chord, by also reversing it. So I will just have to replace this D note. You find another D here, you replace it. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 4, then 5. All the fingers will move with the same measurement from the chord. 4, 1, 4, 5. So we have 1, 4, can be inverted. Now let's go strictly to the inversion. Chord 1 can be inverted in two different ways. That's the first inversion and second. So first inversion, second inversion, then go to chord 2. Chord 2 can be inverted by replacing this. I hope you can see it clearly. I would love to use my last finger to play the melody in the song. So I may end up either even using root positions or mixing them. Yes. I wanted to use one song as an example, but